First of all, I want to say thank you for deciding to watch this video in the first place. It means a lot to me. It's going to be a new series. It's going to be called, like, I don't know, Nutrition Basics or Fundamentals of Nutrition. Haven't decided on the name yet. It's just going to be me getting out information to you guys. There's a lot of information that I have that is basic to me that I've realized isn't basic to everybody else, but is so fundamental and so important in having and developing a healthy body and a healthy mind. Video 1 is going to be on your macronutrients. There's 3 of them. You have your carbs, your proteins, and your fats. So let's start off in that order. Let's tackle carbs first. Okay, so first up we have our carbs. Okay, you hear it all the time. Carbs this, carbs that. Eat carbs, don't eat carbs. Carbs are good, carbs are bad. Well, this is the truth, okay? Listen, carbs are sugar molecules. That's it. That's it, pretty simple, right? Nothing complex about that. Actually, out of the 3, they're the least complex. They either come in mono, poly, di, or oligosaccharides. 1 gram of carb is actually 4 calories. Carbs are the quickest metabolized macronutrient, which also means that they're in and out of your body quickly, providing your body with more of a quick and abrupt source of energy. Unfortunately, this also means that they have the lowest satiety out of the 3, which means if you were to eat a meal strictly of carbohydrates, you'd be hungrier quicker than if you were to combine it with like a protein or a fat meal. Because carbs are the easiest to metabolize, that means that they are the preferred primary source of our body's energy. It's also important to know that carbs come in 2 types, refined and whole food. Okay, whole food carbs include, like your fruits, your vegetables, your oats, whole grain pastas, those kind of things. Some of the refined carbs are pretty much anything sugary and that tastes good, right? Like your sugary cereals, your candy bars, baked goods, soft drinks, those kind of things. Okay, now this is important. This is where carbs get really important and where a lot of confusion happens around carbs, okay? So pay attention to this. Whole food carbohydrates contain a lot more nutrients and fiber. Okay, the refining process actually depletes the carbohydrate of its fiber and nutrients. Your body requires a certain amount of nutrients and enzymes, and if you start off at a baseline level, and if you were to eat a whole food carbohydrate meal, you would actually be replenishing your body with these nutrients and the enzymes that your body needs. However, if you were to eat a refined carbohydrate which is void of these nutrients, even though you eat this food, you're not void, so it has to use what it already has to repair itself. So you're actually continue to deplete your body more and more. You end up feeling worse and worse the more refined carbohydrates that you consume. So keep that in mind when you make these food choices, okay? I personally follow an 80-20 rule, 80% whole food carbohydrates and 20% refined when I am eating carbs. I truly believe that switching your metabolisms and giving time away from metabolizing carbs and switching your body's primary source of energy from carbs to fats is actually beneficial, but that's a different video for another time and we'll dive into that later. Alright, so second on our list we have proteins. Proteins are made up of 20 amino acids, 9 of which are essential amino acids, which means that we cannot create them, we have to consume them. The other 11 amino acids can be created within the body. 1 gram of protein is equal to 4 calories, just like the carbohydrates. Proteins are a bit more complex in structure. This means that it's not necessarily our body's preferred source of energy. However, our body does have a process called gluconeogenesis, where excess protein can be converted into glucose molecules, which is a carbohydrate molecule after it's been digested and metabolized. However, that is not preferred by your body. It would be much more preferred for your body to take a simple carbohydrate and use that for energy than it is to consume a protein and then change it into a glucose molecule. Protein-dense foods include animal products like your meats, your eggs, dairy, seafood. Some plant-based sources of protein include your nuts, seeds, and beans. Because proteins are more complex in structure, they are more satiating than carbs. So if you were to eat a protein-dense meal, you'll be fuller longer than if you were to just have, your carbohydrate. And so obviously for that reason, it's wise to combine protein with carbs or protein with fats in your meal. Also, protein is an anabolic hormone, which means it's going to be repairing your body and rebuilding your body. And so keep that in mind when you make your food choices as well. I always go by the rule, just add in some type of protein source in every single one of your meal. Protein is abundant anyways, it's found in almost every food group. Regardless of what you eat, there's going to be some amount of protein in it, so there's no escaping the protein. Alright, and then that leaves us, last but not least, the fats, which are the most interesting and most complex, and you'll see why. Similar to proteins, there are essential fatty acids which cannot be produced within the body and need to be consumed. These include our omega-3s and our omega-6, also known as linoleic and alpha-linoleic acids. Unlike carbs and proteins, 1 gram of fat actually equals 9 calories, not just 4. Okay, they can be either long chain, medium chain, and short chain, either saturated, unsaturated, and trans. I know that I'm throwing a lot out there, and as you can see, fats are really complex. I can go more in depth in another video as well. I just want to get out the basics to you guys in this video. For now, just know that trans fats are the ones that you want to stay away from. Okay, saturated and unsaturated fats, those are the healthier options. They include foods like your avocados, your oils, nuts, seeds. Because of their complexity, fats are the most satiating out of the three, which means if you were to eat a fat-dense meal, you're going to be fuller much longer than if you were to eat a carb-dense meal or just a protein-dense meal. So keep that in mind when you're dieting. That's why I prefer to diet on a higher fat and lower carb diet, just because I know myself and I just know how I get when I'm hungry, and by alleviating that hunger by going with a higher fat diet works well for me. Like I said, pretty basic stuff, but I just want to get this out to you, short, sweet, and to the point. I hope it was beneficial to you guys, and I hope it proves to be helpful. Keep all of these things in mind when you're making your food choices throughout the day. Try to choose the healthier options when it comes to society levels. And when you're structuring a diet, whether either you're trying to lose weight or gain weight, just knowing these key facts about the macronutrients is going to be really helpful to you. If you like this video and you want more informational videos, comment down below, like it, just let me know so I know to make more of these kind of things. That's the basics. That's as in-depth as I want to go in this video. I can go more in depth on these later. Just if you're interested in this kind of thing, just comment down below so I know. So I know what kind of video, what kind of information to put out to you guys. I just need help with the direction. What do you guys want to hear from me? Comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. It means so much to me. This is Mike Daylaws. There's more to come. Hope you stick around.
That view though, that view.